Hello again, business networkers. So we just had a wonderful lunch. So my wife and I both just agreed we were pretty stuffed. We had a great lunch in Berkeley after a wonderful bike ride. And so what we want to do is to talk a little bit about how you can produce shorts, YouTube shorts as well, with the Loom app right there on your phone. So the way I look at this are these phone freedom conversations, which can be done anywhere. While you're traveling, you can listen to them while you're exercising. But I'm also posting these on YouTube because even one slide with audio makes it a video according to YouTube for ranking and everything else. But also YouTube now has a podcasting component. So the way I look at things like this is this. I go back to my days as a movie reviewer for CNN, where I used to go to the movie screenings and see the newest movies. And I'd also look at the movie shorts or trailers that they would use to promote the movies. Well, that is the way that I look at the short videos that I produce for YouTube to promote the longer videos that I post on YouTube and that you can too. So actually, that's the beauty of Loom. It gives you so much freedom. Now, I will grant you that Google is coming out with a new app for Gmail audio, but that's not out yet. And right now, Loom is just a wonderful app. There is a free version, and the paid version is only $12. Now, I've been using it for a long time. I absolutely love it. There's so much you can do with it, as per example, right what we're doing right now. We are free to help you be coached and have you email me any questions that you would like me to answer. And Ask AI is the name of the show that I have on YouTube. So it's not only what do I think, but let's figure out what AI says when we prompt in our questions. Now, you may agree or you may not. But what I believe, and I've come to the conclusion from years of networking, that I've kind of gotten over the idea of networking with quote-unquote like-minded people. And I thought, what's the value of networking with like-minded people? Okay, maybe you're a little more comfortable. But you know what? You're not going to learn a lot from like-minded people. The old saying of opposites attract. So what I've recognized is that it really is about you yourself and standing in your own power and your own identity. It doesn't matter what another person thinks. You can be friends with them even if you don't agree with them. It doesn't matter that everybody has to think alike. I don't see the benefit in that. In fact, I think that's part of the problem. I can look at people kind of like, from my position being in the middle. I don't care if they're on the right or the left of me. That's their business. I don't want them to claim that they are like me. I want to stand on my own value comparison power and let them and help them stand on their own value comparison power. Not everybody's going to fall in love with me, and not everybody's going to fall in love with them. So why can't we all connect, even if we're not like-minded? Why can't we learn from each other? There's things I learn from people that I don't agree with all the time. So I think this is a big part of it. And if you don't agree with these phone conversations, that's fine. If you don't agree with using your phone to reach out, that's fine. AI is as broad as life. And right now, I'm looking out at the San Francisco Bay on my right. My wife and I are driving home from a lovely bike ride on the bay, and again, I'm looking at the Salesforce Tower. And that reminds me of that I think business networking is not just about conversations. It is about business. What's business? Business is about generating money and revenues. Even if you're a nonprofit, you have to generate revenues. That is the gasoline of our American economy. So that's what I want to focus on and have for decades. I focus on money making media, and I learned that, and that's where I met Tony Robbins at an industry called the Electronic Retailing Association. It used to be called NEMA, and that was the National Infomercial Marketers Association. That evolved into the ERA. Now it's the ERA Global. So if I were you, I would Google ERA, Electronic Retailing Association. That is the home of money-making media. That's where I learned it. That's where Tony Robbins learned it. And there's so much money-making media that is represented there. For example, Tony Robbins sells his programs on TV shopping, not just infomercials or email marketing, but he also goes on TV shopping and he makes an awful lot of sales. So there's so many different avenues to the marketplace, and that's what I want to share with you. And that, I focus on guided meditations and visualizations sometimes, but sometimes I also want to just focus on conversations. So you can just put your what I call AI buds in your ears, plug them in, go for a bike ride, get on your treadmill, get on your stationary bike, do something active, get your heart pumping, keep your body leading the way for your emotional state. As Tony Robbins always says, your physicality leads your emotional state. So, you want to really get up, you want to take a break, you want to learn something new. That's when it's time for guided visualizations, and that's where it's time for rest and really to kind of recharge your energy. And right now, I hope you're listening to this. I would like to direct you to our website. That's where I am placing formal training videos, because sometimes we need explainer videos that have visuals. So if you are a visual learner, great. Just go to AI Networking, write that down, AI Networking .eventbrite. Eventbrite is, and you can search Eventbrite, it's the #1 search engine in the world. So folks, let me talk a little bit about Eventbrite. I look at that as kind of the hub, and I look for ChatGPT and for AI business networking. Now, if you search it, there are 20 million people who search for events and meetings on Eventbrite. That's an audience of 20 million people globally. So when people are confused, they search for things. And I find that when I post hot search terms on Eventbrite, I usually, often, if not every time, become #1 organic search because of Eventbrite. So that's why I load up Eventbrite with search terms that people are looking for. I am sure that the #1 search term in the world at the moment is either ChatGPT or OpenAI. Well, I own both OpenAI networking and ChatGPT networking, and I have them posted on Eventbrite. So I get people registering all day long, every day on Eventbrite, who are looking for people to network with about AI and about GPT. So I recommend, if you want to meet somebody and you go to networking events, let me explain this to you. This is so simple. Such an amazing tip, because I want to be able to guarantee people that they will make sales if they work with me. I do have to interview them, find out more about what they are selling. Certain things I just won't accept, and certain people I won't accept. But if you're somebody that I want to work with, I accept, I get excited about what you have to offer, and I'm passionate about it, I will be happy to guarantee that you will make sales if you follow our program as I would like to prescribe to you. People are often struggling. When they go to networking events, they don't know what to do, they don't know what to say, and I pull them. And they tell me, I think I talk too much, people don't listen to me, they don't pay attention to me. How frustrating is that, to be ignored? Who wants to be ignored? Now, coming up next, I want to share with you, I think, a very, very valuable conversation that I had with one of my really trusted friends and mentors from our Agora community, which we have 23,000 members in the Agora community. And I want to invite you to become a member of our Agora community as an AI business networking advisor, okay? Because there are companies that are great, that are expert at AI, that charge anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000 for you to have your own back office AI ad agency or to help other businesses with AI. So I'm telling you, this is a huge, huge value. My friend Mike Driggers, who called me up one day and said, Mike, I want to talk to you about something. And a couple of years ago, he ran me through Agora. And here's the thing. I was known in the Electronic Retailing Association as the Network King for years. And the magazine, Electronic Retailer magazine, wrote about me as the Network King. I did a column for him, and I was a writer. So I was a journalist about media marketing and very, very well known in the industry. Well, the point is, doing that, I knew everybody in the industry. I knew who was good. I knew what the offers were good. I knew who were stinkers, who you wanted to stay away from, who weren't really ethical, who didn't have your best interest in mind. And that was how I really helped my clients over the years avoid mistakes. As one of my most successful clients said about me, he said, Mike will hold your hand when it's appropriate, which I'm trying to do right now, folks, is just hold your hand about AI business networking. He will kick you in the butt when you need it. So if you're not making phone calls, you're not following, you need a good butt kicking. And I like to hold people accountable for their own best interest, to motivate them. Come on, make a phone call. Don't worry about being rejected. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting either AI or AI business networking or something. But we can find that out. So it's not you. You don't worry about that. You don't have that fear. And he said, and he will tell you what's real and what's not real. And I took him to $200 million in sales from being a self-described miserable failure. So this guy knows me. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what's real and what's not real now, after I help point out to him the people that he should trust, who can count on. My point is, long story short, Mike Driggers, after he told me that story, I had to stop in my tracks. Like I said, I know what's real and I know what's not real. And as soon as Mike explained to me all of the features and benefits of this amazing, over 8-year-old community of amazing thought leaders and professionals and entrepreneurs and marketers, it just boggled my mind, and I knew I had a home. Now, if you go to Agora and you look on the About page, you're going to see me as the AI publicity advisor of the Agora Advantage community, because they know that I also know what I'm doing. Like minds attract, right? And that's cool to be, like minds attract, but you also don't want to just network with people who are like-minded. You want to spread your wings and network in a friendly manner with people that you don't agree with. But I happen to really like the folks who run Agora: Vince Baker, Mike Driggers, Ed Garza. I mean, the list goes on and on of my friends and associates. We interrupt this program to bring you a brief update. So, guys, now I'm back in the studio. You can probably tell from the voice quality this is when I want to introduce you to the power of conversation that we had in our weekly meeting. And Mike Driggers talked about the power of conversation, of him reaching out to me and introducing me to the Agora Advantage program and the Agora Advantage marketplace. So listen to him describe the power of conversation that I am also recommending, because you don't need to jump all the way to the top of the ladder. All you have to do is make 5 conversations a day or 5 phone calls a day. It's not that big a deal. You just make the calls, you do it routinely, and they're pretty darn simple. So listen to Mike Driggers talking about the power of the conversation that he had with me, inviting me to join the Agora Advantage team.
So the other part today I wanted to talk about is the power of conversation, and what you guys should be sharing with others too is this power of conversation. And let me explain. So I called Mike Hayes, hadn't talked to him for a while. I reach out to him and I say, hey, I just wanted to kind of reach out. I saw what you're doing. Congratulations. Da, da, da. He asked me what I was doing. And then I started telling him about Agora Advantage. Now, I've always taught that your leaders come in depth. You never know when or where a leader's going to pop up or somebody's going to happen. So here's the conversation Ed and our Mike and I had, is that, about Agora, what Agora is about. And he could be an affiliate for it. He got excited. Mike introduces me to Greg. Greg then, he's like, oh, this is kind of cool. Yeah, let me bring over. So here comes John, Ed, and David. At the same time, there was this gal, Andre Kuchin, that came over. Right? And then from Andre was this gal, Susan. And then from Susan, there's a gal named Gloria McDonald that joined up, and she's put in just 2 months 250 people into Agora. She's doing 13 a day right now. And it started off just having a conversation with Mike. And Mike, he's got a runaway leg because they're getting all set up to do sales. They're all coming in to be part of the organization. And so as we move forward, Mike Hayes, who I talked to, has this runaway leg. He's got Ed that's gone out and did some sales, right? John, David, just having a conversation. So what's going to happen here is this leg is going to take off. It's going to explode, which will bring some revenue to Mike. But if Mike was to go out, for example, and have a couple more conversations, he potentially could hit the top of this comp plan in the company as a top producer, making potentially $20,000 a month in revenue. If he was to duplicate what he just did, just by going out and having conversations, let me ask you something. How many conversations would you have to make an average of 10 to 20 potential income each month?
Quite a few.
Right? So the question is why haven't you talked to 100 people? Right? I mean, you think about it, and then, teaching people to do the same just to have a conversation. You're either interested or you're not, no big deal. But here's this cool thing I have. That's what I did with Mike. I didn't care if he got in or not. I like Mike, want to help Mike, but I had a conversation with him about here's what I'm doing. And it's pretty cool. It's got all these things. It's got this amazing CRM system. It's got this power saver. It's got now we're adding in this new press release, or we've had it, but we've restructured the deal. And then you got the tools from Ed and the webinar automations and the videos. And like, we got all these cool things that, and then we add in this loan program, right? So this leg is taken off. And if Mike just goes get 3 more, he's at the top of the company. He's get 3 more legs like this. And you never know when the leader's going to come in, but I can guarantee a couple things. One is the leader always comes in depth. Very rare is it frontline to you. Even if you look at from a Greg standpoint, right? When Greg got signed up, it was Andre, Susan, then Gloria, right? So there's these different levels and your leaders come in depth, but that's the first guarantee. The second guarantee is I can guarantee you'll never get any leaders if you're not out there having conversations. Just a simple conversation, right? And so you think about the compounding effect that's about to happen, right? So you've got these people that have come into the organization. They're learning about Agora. Now they're going to start bringing people in. They're bringing sales in. This compounding effect starts to really take off, right? And that, again, starts from just having a conversation. I talk to everybody every day. I'm standing in a Starbucks. I make a connection, I'm in line. Hey, what do you do? Oh, awesome. I tell them about CRM system we have. Would you be interested? Yeah. No? Great. Hey, it was great talking to you. Right. And then it leads to, you just never know. You don't see, I've always said that in building a network marketing type of business or direct sales business, whether real estate, insurance, or multi-level, it's not about the person it's who they know that you're after. It's who that person knows. The more of that conversations happen, the more potential that you're one recruit away from an explosion. And that's what Mike's got going on right now. Mike's team is exploding right now. So
can I address that, Mike?
Sure.
Okay. I just went to the AI Big Data Conference in Santa Clara, and I learned so much. I went as press, so I had full access to the VIP networking room with all of the biggest players, Microsoft, and it's belly to belly and networking, what's going on and everything. And what is going on? If anybody thinks they know really the big picture of AI, really probably doesn't really have a clue of what is really going on, how big the real picture truly is with AI. So I'm going to be reaching out to 5 people a day, 1-to-1. I go to networking events. I got plenty of leads. And all I got to do is I met them there. Hey, would you like to make more money out of business networking? How would you like to learn about AI business networking? And, one thing that everybody has in common who attends networking events is an interest in networking. So you immediately have a rapport. How'd you like to, make more money at what you're already doing? So that's my commitment, is to reach out to 5 people a day and invite them to learn more about how to improve their networking. So I'm all over it, and I'm totally stoked about everything we're doing here and everything I've learned about AI at the conference. So, I really have the cutting edge stuff.
Cool. David, you had a question?
No, I had input, about your networking. When I was in the job hunt back in 2006 in Dallas, Fort Worth, we were at a LinkedIn about using your 6 degrees of separation. And the guy said, for instance, who in this room, and there's only about 10 of us there, so who in this room could call the president of the United States? Well, the girl next to me, she said, I babysat the Bush twins in Odessa, and I could call Laura on the phone and say, get George on the phone. Oh, cool. The person next to me can get the president on the phone. Well, she happened to be looking for an administrative position or a marketing position. And my wife was the administrative assistant in a marketing Candy Brands company. And she's sitting next to me. So it is just 6 degrees of separation from the ideal target.
Yeah, if you understand tap rooting, which is something I'll start teaching you guys, because we are going to get into the teaching model now that we're into selling and building. You understand tap rooting, you'll find those leaders, but they come through that conversation, and look, we're making it easier for you because we're going to have the speed networking opportunity and regular networking that you guys can do and tie them in. We have the local connect.biz directory that we can call, like, we're making it easier to get to the people, to get them into the system, and then say, oh, by the way, hey, you can make money with this. Are you interested in doing that? Right? Da, 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 da. You can sign them up as a business, and in their back office, there's a little button that says, I'd like to refer someone. The moment they click on that, they become an advisor in the program. And now they can start sharing the opportunity with others, right? And so you think that, you know, again, Mike's probably now got over 300 people underneath him in his organization right now. And again, it started from a conversation I had with him. So you never know. And I always say, if you had the cure for cancer, would you not tell everybody in the world? It'd tell everybody. If you open up a restaurant, how many people would you tell? And then if you've got an amazing software and a marketplace and a system to help businesses, how many people are you going to have a conversation with? There are people that are looking for opportunities. There are people looking for systems to help grow their business. It's just a matter of talking to everybody. We get so caught up that we stop. And I like what Mike said. Reach out to 5 people a day. Make it a challenge for you. Reach out to 5 people. Sit down, create that list. Just have a conversation. And like I said, the speed networking is going to make it a lot easier for everybody. A lot easier, because everybody wants to network, and that's in business. I don't care who it is. They want to do some type of networking. And so now you'll be able to, around the world, have people joining through your link to be able to join the speed networking. And then we have the local networks that are going to happen. You've got the local connect.biz directory. So lots of great opportunities, and we're building out the sales pages for you to make more money with the programs. We're actually fine-tuning a couple. Ed's built one. You know, we've got things that we're making it for easier for you. And I'm working on the new webinar to finish up. So have that conversation, but don't wait for the tools. Just start having a conversation. You know, just, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want to share with you. Or if you're in line and are networking, hey, what do you use for a CRM system? Oh man, I got this great one. I should, these guys I work with, they've got this amazing. Would you be interested in learning more? Yes, no. I mean, what's the worst thing you can say to you? No.
Hey, Mike, can I comment again on the follow-up? What people really don't realize is the value of follow-up. I can't emphasize enough. Putting on big networking events, literally, if you want to stand out as 1 in 100, if you actually just reach out, because only 1 in 100 actually follows up. So think about that. You go to a networking event, nobody follows up. All of a sudden, that one guy follows up with you. One guy follows up with you. He stands out. He's memorable. And you got something out of the networking event. So you actually can be the payoff for somebody. You're not asking a favor. You're actually providing the benefit of them going to the networking event they attended, because you are the guy that followed up. And even if it's a referral buddy, you know, you refer them to somebody. So, you know, it's so easy to stand out and be that guy that really just follows up. It's that easy. And that's why I'm doing, 5 a day just to stand out.
Yeah. So guys, great conversation. Spread the word. Go tell others, even in our company, let them know power of conversation, right? What it can do for you.
Guys, I look back at the way that one conversation really changed the whole trajectory of my life. And a couple of other quick notes before we get back to our ongoing conversation. If you're having any problem listening to this, the transcript is also available. So all you have to do is go to the Loom link, and if you prefer to read the transcript, that is also available to you, A. And B, you can speed up the conversation. You can listen at 1 point, 1.2, 1.5. So you pick the speed that is best for you. If I'm going too fast, you can slow it down. If I'm going too slow, you can speed it up. So now back to our ongoing freedom conversation. Now, I want to hook you up with a free account, brand new free account for you. And I want to introduce you to it and walk you through it. And I'm going to be talking about it here and on Eventbrite. So I want you to get used to having the ear pods in your ear to learn and listen. And think of the ear pods. They're not just ear pods. They also have a microphone. So it's really, communication is a two-way street. It's circular, okay? Same thing with communication. So when you are working like I'm working with AI and communication technology, even free ones like Loom, because I love to introduce people to multiple free accounts on different platforms. I will introduce you to Loom and why I love it. It's amazing. So many components to it, I can't even go into them all. So anyway, that's what I want to do is I want you to get this free account that I believe in the marketplace right now from, shopping and shopping and shopping. It's like buying a house. If you shop and shop and shop, when you walk into the right house, you know it's the right house. You know the market, you know what you want, you know what's out there and what you don't want too. Well, that's how I work. I shop until I find the right thing, because then when I know it inside out. So that's what I learned about my account with Agora and how I can introduce you. And I want you to have an account on Agora like I do, because there's multi facets to it. Maybe you just want to use the marketplace to help you to promote your own business. Maybe you want to work as an advisor. Maybe you want to add a new revenue stream and have other ways to help businesses that are like you and looking for other media marketing avenues. So anyway, we've had a great trip. We had a great ride. Now we're on our way home. My wife is driving and I am talking to you because I want you to be able to understand this is such a great way to communicate with you. And right now, what I would suggest, if you're listening to me in your car, on your phone, or wherever, I would suggest that after this call, think of somebody to call just to touch base with while you're driving. Drive safely, make a phone call, and look what you're learning on the way. So you could be talking to them. Hey, I was just thinking about you. We met at a networking event. I'd love to talk one-to-one if you can't find, but let's meet up or chat again. Send them to your website. Ask them to look at it. Just like I'm asking you right now. Honestly, I'm asking you right now to remember, write down, or just remember these two words: AI networking. AI networking. And now go to eventbrite.com. You can search AI networking, or you can just type in ainetworking.eventbrite.com. Then we can connect. We can get you educated about AI, overcome your fears, answer your questions, and we want to help you to grow your business. So anyway, I look at these phone calls as my freedom to travel, my freedom to create content where I am, wherever I feel like it, and when I don't. When I don't feel like it, I can just stop. This is automatically posted on Loom, even though I'm in my car. Here's a cool update about Loom recording while you're driving. My phone died. It ran out of energy, and it just died. And I thought, oh, wow, I probably lost the recording. But you know what? When I got back home and I went on my laptop and went into my Loom account, guess what was there? This very recording. So it's just, there's so many great things. Getting the transcript, varying the speed, having it back at your office and your desktop where you can get to it when you're not driving. There's just so many benefits, guys. This is just a great way to gain your own personal freedom and, financial fulfillment and happiness.